What's up, guys? Friendly neighborhood geek here, doing another figure review slash unboxing. If you saw the thumbnail of the video, then you already know um, who we're looking at. This is a retro vintage 90s toy. I've had a handful of 90s toys, specifically from the Spawn toy line from Todd McFarlane. I gave those away, so I don't have any of those. But some of the modern ones I would like to have, like a modern Spawn and, excuse me, some of his enemies. Um, but this is a really cool toy line only character who was part of a huge sci-fi franchise, which had three, maybe four and a half solid good movies. The last handful of movies I don't think have been received that well by fans. Um, Unfortunately, I'm recording this the day after 4th of July, so happy belated 4th of July. So I got this very late in the day. I guess, the post office was running, the mailman was running late because of the holiday. So I'm filming this at evening time. It's 9:55, so it's about to be 10 o'clock. I try not to do, film these videos at night, but I went ahead, wanted to knock it out of the way, whatever. Because tomorrow I have to get up early for reasons, so I won't be home in the morning to talk about this. Um, Packaged very nicely, has Fragile on there. So I wanted this character for ever since I knew about it. But I always passed because it's fairly inexpensive. It's not really sought out. I paid a little bit more for this item than I would have wanted, but the reason I bought it for the price I paid it for, which is around $20, but I've seen people sell it for less than that, was because the person who was selling this particular item, oh, cool. This item was coming from Florida, so I really would have only got it in a couple of days, but of course, sometimes it takes a long time for stuff to get to you from the holiday, so I didn't get it Wednesday. I ended up getting it today. It was packaged very nicely. So without further ado, let's see who we have. We have, okay, this is cool. Neat. Terminator, Future War. Kromium grows into a towering foe. You see the packaging is starting to, it's yellowed and all that stuff. So this was made by Kenner. See the back. So yes, I would say I'm a casual Terminator fan. I saw the first two movies. I saw 2 and 3 years ago. I think a lot of people consider Terminator 2 Judgment Day to be one of the greatest sequels of all time. I agree with that, along with Aliens, who were both, I think they were both directed by Ridley Scott, so really cool. I've seen Salvation, which I like. I think I've seen Genesis. I'm not sure if I saw the very last one, but they were just, they were just okay. I still think 1, 2, 3, which some people are kind of indecisive about 3, Rising of the Machines, and Salvation with Christian Bale as John Connor. Those are all really solid. There were a handful of video games. I've been playing. So when Terminator 3 came out, which was in 2003, Rise of the Machines, we got a console game for the PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox, and a Game Boy game. And these were developed by Atari. So I've played the Game Boy game, I've beaten that, and I've been playing the PS2 version on emulator on my phone. It's fun, but it has flaws. I'm going to do a video talking about that. I've been doing game reviews on my TikTok recently, obscure games or games that I've played that I want to talk about. So I will do a video talking about the Terminator 3 console game, which is called Terminator: The Redemption. Um, But to say all that, I'm a casual fan. I like, you know, the whole universe of Terminator. I like all the different type of robot models and really cool. So this is a character. So this toy line was made by Kenner. You see on the back, we have Battle Ready Terminator. We have the one I have, Kromium, which I really like. We have Hidden Power Terminator. See right here, Metal Mash Terminator, Hot Blast Terminator, all these gimmicky toys. Rapid Repair Terminator, which I wouldn't mind having. Um, Cyber Grip Villain, who, again, I wouldn't mind having. You guys can see all these characters. And then we have Three Strike Terminator, which Three Strike was a very popular, you know, variation of the Arnold Schwarzenegger T-800 toy, where you could, like in the title, you can remove this arm and attach a claw or a missile, I believe. Or maybe the claw. No, the claw arm was separate, and then the missile arm was separate. So he came with 3 arms, and he came with a human, you know, a human looking arm with battle damage and like a rod. I guess supposed to be like a blade, just sticks out of his fist. It was weird, but very cool. I've seen him, and he'll probably be the next Terminator toy I purchase because I really, really like the Three Strike Terminator. Very charming. You have this 12-inch version, and we have some at the bottom. John Connor, the T-1000, another Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator. And I apologize if you hear noise in the background. It's raining really hard outside, so try to talk over that. And at the bottom, we see he has a motorcycle and a vehicle. And you can find pretty much all of these on the secondhand market for relatively reasonable prices. So it says Terminator Future War. Kromium grows into a towering foe when Terminator corners the cyborg. When Terminator corners this cyborg, look out. Kromium expands to become a giant metal destroyer. To extend figure, push button down on figure's back manually. Extend arms and legs to return figure to normal size. It says push head down until it clicks manually, return arm and legs. So again, this toy has a very cool gimmick. Unfortunately, the spring that's inside the figure, something about it wasn't really, I'm not sure what the word is, but for years, a lot of people, rather they've received the toy with the gimmick not already working, or, you know, maybe you had to replace it with a stronger spring, or some people just removed, like, disassembled the toy and just removed it altogether and glued it back together to just make it just a regular toy that, you know, can extend its limbs. So that's really unfortunate, you know, right off the bat, you know, whether you pick up a good version or a bad version. Will mine be good or bad? I don't know. Hopefully it'll be good. But yeah. So like I said, unfortunately, this character has not been seen outside of this toy line. There was a character in the comics, a Terminator with horns, that may have been based off Kromium, maybe. Yeah, some people think that he could be like the embodiment of Skynet, which is cool, or like a Terminator General or something. That's really neat. You know, just be creative with it. I'm really bummed that this character has not appeared out of, you know, any other media. NECA, who I believe currently owns the right to make Terminator toys, they, like around 2015 or something, they had a wave, and, you know, that was a callback to these Kenner toys. So they had, you know, some repaints, and they remade the Three Strike Terminator, which is really cool, and John Connor and T-1000. But we didn't get this guy. Someone did make a custom, using one of the NECA Terminators, and made a custom of, you know, this figure character, which is really cool. Which, you know, after seeing that custom, like, oh man, I really wish NECA would give us that. Maybe one day, but, you know, I kind of doubt it. So let's finally get this guy open. Unfortunately, packaging has come loose. Since this is a 90s toy, no, what's the word? No, was it? No, no, I'm getting distracted. Oh, there are. Oh, no, there aren't. There we go. So, of course, I'll keep the packaging. There's no twist ties or anything. A piece of plastic fell on the floor, but I guess I'll find it when I get finished. Yeah, like I said, I do like the arts. That is really cool. So really quick before we get into Kromium itself, oh, so far it doesn't look like mine works, unfortunately. That's a bummer. But real quick, yeah, he smells like old toy that's been in a package for a long time. Has that old toy smell to him. So, really quick, my aunt, who I stayed with when I lived in Ohio for a year, she retired from Kroger. She worked for corporate. I don't remember exactly what she did, but she worked at Kroger's headquarters, which I believe is in Ohio, Cincinnati, downtown. So years ago, many years ago, Kenner, their I guess head office used to be in the same building as Kroger's, and she actually dated someone who used to work for Kenner, which I thought was just really funny and interesting. Um, but yeah, I wonder if they at that particular, I doubt it, but I wonder if that employee had anything to do with this series of figures. Um, so like I said, right off the bat, he's very charming. I like these pieces, which I thought articulated. Oh wait, well no, these shoulder pieces don't articulate. The plastic quality for a 90s toy, it's okay. Again, I find him to be very charming. I see a piece of plastic. Um, doesn't really have head rotation. Of course, the coolest feature is, of course, the head, which I don't know if you guys can really see him that well. Let's see. But, you know, the traditional Terminator skull just has these metal horns, nice red eyes. He looks very intimidating. Very intimidating. Um, I like the purple. I like the detail we do get. Um, Again, very cool. I've debated because I might. Oh, I see he has holes at the bottom of his feet, so you could peg him into something. Um, I have debated with this guy. I might just like disassemble him. Unfortunately, I don't see any screws anywhere, which is fairly surprising. There aren't any screws on this toy. But there is a video of someone taking this apart and taking out the spring and fixing them to make him work properly. So that's really cool. If you really wanted to go, it was a long process. So if you really want to go that extra mile, it's an option. I've thought about, just buying another one at some point just to have the figure like this, and taking this one and like removing the head and sticking it like on a transformer or something, just sticking the head on a modern body, rather if that's like a modern robot body or a transformer. But as far as articulation, wow. Because of the shoulder pads, arms can go back like that. So you can have him do the Naruto run, which is hilarious. Let's see he can get in the sitting position. So legs can go back that much. And they can go back that much. On his leg, we have 1993. Something Pictures Inc. Okay, interesting. So he has these guns on his hips. Um, you know, neat. These guns on his hips, which are cool. He looks intimidating. He looks like a um, killing machine. Like I said, I like the head sculpt. I like the teeth are well sculpted. The neck is well sculpted. Um, yeah, it just sucks. His sucks his gimmick doesn't work, but that's how he would look. That's how he's supposed to look, and then like that's how he's supposed to look. And it's kind of weird. You can't rotate. I don't know why they did this. So like I don't know if this was intended to, you know, come with a vehicle or something. Because his hands are like that. Like he looks like he's doing like a thriller or a zombie walk or something, a monster walk. But you know, like why did they not mold sculpt it where his hands are facing forward? That's another thing that kind of turned me off about this figure. Um, so if the gimmick was to work, you see I'm keeping his body pressed down. I'm supposed to press this button, and he would extend, and you see his legs and his which I like. You know, they sculpted it. Probably can't really see it, but they sculpted the legs to look really cool, and the same with the arms. Thunder and lightning. Yeah, that's how he looks extended, which I think is cool. I mean, I do like him. Um, so I do like him. You know, I just really wish the gimmick worked. So I'm debating. Like I said, I might just take this version and just customize them, or just leave them the way it is and try to do that later down the line. Just show you some size comparisons. Here he is on my the Last Night Megatron. Of course, he's taller than Megatron, lanky. I remember back in the day, I had a Power Ranger that was similar to this. Let's see. So let's see if we. I love how stocky he looks. So that's how he looks. Now he's kind of more. He's kind of more. Wow, yeah, he's more in size with my Megatron. So, because my Age of Extinction Galvatron, I think, could have been inspired by Terminator a little bit, his design. Let's see how he looks with Galvatron. And you see, when he's extended, he's just as tall as Galvatron, which is very cool. There is a character from the Marvel, I don't know if it was the Marvel UK comics, the Transformer Marvel comics, called Death's Head. He was like a comic book original character. He was kind of like Lockdown. He was a bounty hunter, the villain from the fourth Transformers movie, but he kind of had a more robot humanoid look. Had like a axe and shield and sword and stuff like that. He was a really cool looking character. He's getting a comic book accurate figure. Like I think it's going to be like a Hasbro exclusive or something. I'd really like to get that. But that's Kromium kind of reminds me of Death's Head a little bit. Which is really neat. So like I said, final thoughts. He's very charming. Like I said, he's a '90s toy. Um, I do like the aesthetic of him. I just wish that, yeah, like, I wish the gimmick worked. It's such a shame this toy is known for the gimmick not working. So, it's a huge shame. Um, I like that he extends. I think I said I had a white Power Ranger figure that kind of had a gimmick similar to this. Um, like I said, I mean, if it's, like I said, I don't understand why the hands are molded this way, so he can't hold anything. He can't hold like a gun or whatever. Um, Very charming, very cool. Um, so far as next reviews, there is an inexpensive movie transformer I kind of want to get, who I'm thinking of, swapping heads with Kromium. Um, there is so like I said, for this to be my first Terminator toy, outside of the gimmick not working, I still really enjoy him. I don't regret getting him. Like I said, I've wanted him since I knew he existed. Very charming. I think Kenner were trying to, make more villains. You have the T-1000, you have the Cyber Grip villain, who was another original character, and then you had the exoskeleton, which you could have just used as another evil Terminator if you wanted to. Um, yeah, so next review. As I was saying, still want to review Mystery Inc., still upload TikToks. There is a really, it's going to sound crazy, but one of my action figure holy grails currently is, I kid you not, a McDonald's toy. Of course, growing up, I used to have McDonald's toys, but this is a Transformer McDonald's toy. It's very, I would say it's fairly rare due to the fact that it wasn't released in America. It was released like in Europe and like Brazil, but it was this small set of McDonald's Transformer toys were only released on the outside the U.S. So that alone makes them kind of hard to come by. I have found some listings. I've pretty much been hunting for a couple of days, actually, just scouring Google, the internet, looking for this particular figure character. And it's a character I don't have in my collection yet. So fingers crossed, I found a listing. It's like I said, it's in another country. I do see that the seller does ship to the U.S., but the items they have for sale that they ship to the U.S., it's going to be a little bit more pricey. So hopefully, I sent them a message. Hopefully, they'll get back with me, and they'll set it up where I could order the item. So if that goes well, of course, that will definitely get a video, because that's be really cool to talk about that item. But until then, like always, like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Peace, you guys.